Chosen one. What you are about to read is not for everyone. In fact, most people who come across this message will not be able to receive it fully because it requires a level of self-awareness, a level of spiritual maturity, a level of lived experience that most people simply have not reached yet. But you are not most people, and God did not bring you here by accident. He brought you here because what He is about to reveal is specifically designed for someone who carries what you carry, has been through what you have been through, and is ready to understand what it all actually means. Stay with me, because by the time you finish this message, everything about your past, your present, and your future is going to make sense in a way it never has before. What Omega level means. In the natural world, Alpha represents the first, the loudest, the most visible, the one everyone notices first. But Omega is the last letter, the final level, the deepest place where the rarest things exist. Omega level carriers are not the loudest people in the room, they are the most significant. Not the most obvious, the most impactful. Not the most celebrated in public, the most powerful in private. Omega level signs are not the signs that most people recognize as greatness. They are deeper, more unusual, more specifically designed for a very particular kind of assignment, one that requires someone who has been through a very particular kind of journey, the kind that most people would not have survived without becoming someone entirely different than who God made them to be. You survived, and you are still yourself, which is the first Omega level sign right there. The first sign, you were never fully understood by your environment, not just misunderstood occasionally, consistently, deeply, in ways that went beyond personality differences or communication gaps. There was always a version of you that the people closest to you could not fully access, could not fully comprehend, could not fully hold, without feeling somehow threatened or confused or both. You felt it from childhood, that sense of being slightly out of place, even in rooms full of people who loved you, even in families that meant well, even in friendships that were genuine. Something in you always exceeded the container of every environment you were placed in, not because you were better than those environments, because you were built for something that those environments were not large enough to contain. Most people who feel this spend their lives trying to fit, compressing themselves into spaces that were never their size. Omega level carriers eventually stop compressing and start recognizing that the misfit feeling was never a flaw. It was a signal that they were designed for environments that do not yet exist, because they are supposed to build them. The second sign. Your pain went to depths others did not experience. Not because you were weaker, because you felt deeper. When things hurt you, they did not just hurt on the surface. They went to the root, to places most people's pain never reaches. Because most people have natural defenses, natural walls, natural mechanisms that prevent pain from going all the way in. But you never had those defenses. Not because God forgot to give them to you, because He specifically did not. Because depth of pain and depth of capacity come from the same place. You cannot have one without the other. The places inside you that pain reached are the same places that compassion flows from, that intercession rises from, that genuine understanding of human suffering comes from. The people who will need you most in the assignment that is coming will need someone whose pain went deep enough to understand what they are carrying, not theoretically, from the inside. And your depth of pain is what qualifies you to carry that understanding into the spaces where it will do the most good.
The third sign. You were attacked specifically and strategically, not just generally opposed, specifically targeted. The attacks that came against you were too precise, too well-timed, too personally calibrated to be random. They came at your greatest vulnerabilities, your most tender places, your most critical moments, the exact points where a precisely aimed attack would do the most damage to someone with your specific calling. The enemy does not waste strategic resources on irrelevant targets. He does not send coordinated opposition against people who pose no threat. He reserves his most targeted attacks for the assignments that scare him most. And your assignment scared him enough to send what he sent against you, which tells you something about the magnitude of what God placed inside you, that the enemy understood better than you did for most of your journey. The intensity of the opposition was the evidence that what you carry is extraordinary. And the fact that you are still here after everything that was sent against you is not just survival. It is an omega-level sign that what God placed in you cannot be destroyed by any weapon, any strategy, any person, any season that the enemy assigns against it. The fourth sign. You carried burdens that were not yours, without being asked, without being appointed officially, without fully understanding why. You felt the weight of things that had nothing to do with your immediate circumstances. You prayed for people who never asked you to pray. You carried concern for situations that were not your responsibility. You felt heaviness in certain spaces that others in the same space did not seem to feel at all. You woke up at unusual hours with a weight that had no natural explanation, a pull toward prayer, toward intercession, toward standing in the gap for something or someone you could not always name. Most people experience this and dismiss it as anxiety, as overthinking, as their own issues projecting outward. Omega-level carriers recognize it as what it actually is: intercession. The gift of carrying in prayer what others carry in suffering. And that gift, operating in you even before you fully understood it, is one of the rarest signs of someone built for a specific level of spiritual influence that very few people in any generation are given access to. The fifth sign. You kept returning to God after every reason to leave. This is the sign that separates Omega-level carriers from everyone else. Not that they never doubted, not that they never questioned, not that they never had seasons where the faith felt like it was barely a thread, but that they kept coming back. After the doubt, after the question, after the season of distance, after every reason that would have been enough to justify permanent departure, they came back. You came back every time. Not because it was easy, because something in you could not stay away, even when staying away felt like the only reasonable response to what you had been through. That pull, that inability to fully leave, even when leaving felt justified, is not weakness. It is the mark of someone who was so specifically woven together with their purpose that separation from the God of that purpose was never actually sustainable for more than a season. Because you were made for this, and what you were made for always pulls you back to where you are supposed to be.
The sixth sign. You saw things before they happened. Not always clearly, not always in dramatic visions, sometimes just a knowing. a sense of what was coming before it arrived, a discomfort about a person before they revealed what they were carrying, an excitement about something before there was any natural reason for the excitement to exist, a preparation that happened internally for something you had no natural reason to know was coming. That seeing is not coincidence, is not good intuition, is not lucky guessing. It is the prophetic sensitivity that God built into Omega-level carriers who need to be ahead of what is coming, because their assignment involves preparing the way for what is coming, for the people they are sent to. You have been operating in this for longer than you recognized it, dismissing it as coincidence, explaining it away as overthinking, but the pattern is too consistent to be coincidence, and too specifically accurate to be overthinking. It is God speaking through the sensitivity He built into you before you were born, for this specific purpose. The seventh sign: your lowest moments produced your greatest growth. This is the paradox that Omega-level carriers live inside, that the seasons that looked most like destruction produced the most significant construction. The betrayal that broke you built the discernment that now protects everything you carry. The loss that emptied you created the capacity that now holds what God is filling you with. The failure that humiliated you produced the humility that makes your elevation sustainable without corrupting what it was built on. The silence that isolated you grew a root system so deep that what is being built above ground now cannot be shaken by any wind that comes against it. Omega-level carriers are not made in comfort, they are made in contrast. In the space between who they were when the hard season started and who they were when it finally ended. And that space, that painful, stretching, refining space, is where everything that makes them extraordinary gets built. The eighth sign: you loved people who could not love you back properly. Not once, repeatedly. You gave to people who did not have the capacity to receive what you were giving properly. You saw potential in people that they could not yet see in themselves. You remained loyal to people who were inconsistent in their loyalty to you. You extended grace beyond what was reasonable, beyond what was reciprocated, beyond what most people would have extended after the first major disappointment. You kept going back, kept trying, kept giving from a place that most people would have closed long before you closed it. Not because you were naive, because you were built with an extraordinary capacity for love that does not scale easily to other people's limitations. And that capacity, though it cost you dearly in the wrong relationships, is the same capacity that will make you extraordinary in the right ones, and in the assignment that requires someone who can love people further into healing than they could ever get on their own. The ninth sign: you were preserved when you should have been destroyed. There are moments in your past that should have ended you. You know which ones. Moments where the outcome should have been permanent damage, should have been irreversible loss, should have been the end of what you were becoming before you fully became it. But something intervened at the last moment, or the outcome was less severe than it should have been, or you survived something that the statistics said you should not have survived, or you recovered faster and more completely than anyone expected. That preservation was not luck, was not coincidence, was not just resilience. It was God, specifically, deliberately intervening to keep alive what He placed inside you that the world could not yet afford to lose. Because the assignment was not yet completed, because the people who needed what you carry had not yet been reached, because the testimony was not yet finished being written, and God does not let unfinished testimonies get permanently silenced.
He preserves them through every attempt to destroy them until they are complete. And yours is still being written, which means God is still preserving you for everything that is still ahead. What carrying Omega-level signs means for your future. It means the assignment ahead of you is not ordinary, is not small, is not designed for the comfort of a quiet, unnoticed life. It is designed for impact that outlasts your lifetime, for influence that extends into generations you will never meet, for a testimony so specific, so undeniably God-authored that it becomes evidence for everyone who witnesses it that God is real, that He is faithful, that He builds extraordinary things from unlikely people who simply refused to let the hard seasons have the final word. It means the people coming into your life in this next season are not ordinary connections. They are specifically assigned to walk with someone who carries what you carry, and they will recognize what you carry before you have to explain it. Because Omega-level carriers recognize each other in the first conversation, in the first moment of connection. There is a knowing that this person is different. This person carries something that I have only felt in very few people in my entire life. And when that recognition happens, something in the spirit activates that God designed specifically for the connection between two people who carry this level of assignment and purpose. It means the provision coming is not just enough. It is more than enough. It is overflow specifically calibrated for the level of assignment that Omega-level signs are connected to. Because God does not call people to extraordinary assignments without providing extraordinary resources for the carrying out of everything He wrote for their life.
What God is saying to you right now: I see the signs in you. I placed them there before you were born, before the hard seasons, before the attacks, before every moment that tested whether what I placed in you could survive what the world and the enemy would send against it. I saw the end before you took your first breath, and I built you for that end, with every sign that the journey would require, every depth of feeling, every capacity for love, every ability to carry what others cannot, every sensitivity to what is coming, every resilience that rises from the lowest places. I placed all of it specifically in you. And I want you to know that what I placed was never random, never accidental, never excessive. Every sign you carry is connected to a specific part of the assignment I wrote for your life. And as the assignment unfolds in this next season, every sign will find its expression in ways that will make you understand why you needed every hard moment that produced every sign you now carry. Trust me with what is coming the way you trusted me through what already came, because what is coming requires the same trust, but produces something far more extraordinary than anything that came before. Final word. God revealed the Omega-level signs, and you recognized them, not because someone told you you were special, but because something inside you has always known that what you were carrying was different, more significant, more costly, more specific than what was visible on the surface of your life. And today, God confirmed it. Every sign is real. Every sign was intentional. Every sign was placed before you were born for a purpose that is now becoming fully visible in the season you are entering. You are not ordinary. You were never ordinary. You were built for the Omega level, the deepest place where the rarest assignments live,
where the most significant impact is created by the most unlikely people who simply refused to be destroyed by everything that was sent to stop them. Walk in it fully, without apology, without shrinking, without waiting for one more confirmation that what God placed in you is as significant as He always said it was. It is, it always was, and now the world is about to find out. In the comments, write, "I carry Omega level signs and I walk in my full assignment," or the number 999, or "God built me for this level and I receive it fully." Subscribe and stay close. Chosen one, God revealed the Omega level signs and you carry every single one. Now walk in what that means for everything that is coming next. Amen.